team? It's your boy D Neal, back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with Kaitlyn Amanda once again. 10 reasons to love Australians. There's a lot more than 10 reasons to love Australians because they're incredible people. But here's Kaitlyn's 10 reasons, and before we dive in, make sure you subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. I got social media, Patreon, all up top. You can subscribe to any of that. Put all the links in the description. All you gotta do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me, shoot me. I'll talk back. If you guys got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. Kaitlyn, what we got?
G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Kaitlyn and I'm an American living in beautiful Sydney, Australia. I've lived in Australia for over a year now. I'm even married to an Australian.
So
I've met dozens and dozens and dozens of Aussies in all walks of life over here. And there are some things I absolutely love about Australians. The people here are incredible. So many of them are friendly, just overall sweet, thoughtful people. But today I want to share a list with you guys, 10 things I love about Australians. So grab a bicky, grab a cuppa, and let's get into this video.
Talk to me, Kaitlyn.
The first thing is that Aussies are so laid back. They are very, very chill. They're not uptight for the most part. They don't take things too seriously. They don't take life too seriously. She'll be right is this motto that so many Aussies seem to live by.
Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry about that.
They don't let everything around them worry them. Aussies don't really get bothered. They don't get flustered very easily. They don't take themselves seriously. They don't take you too seriously. They don't take life too seriously. They're very laid back, and that makes them so much more approachable, so much more fun to be around. So I love just how chill and laid back Australians are. The second thing is that they...
You know, and I'm reading a book right now. And the chat, and it's talking about never taking yourself too seriously. It's like when you lose the ability to laugh at yourself and laugh at your world, like that's when you really become like depressed and upset and frustrated all the time, right? You have to be able to roll with the punches that life throws and laugh through it, smile through it. You feel me? And that's how you get through. All right, but keep it going, Kaitlyn. Right now.
So I love just how chill and laid back Australians are. The second thing is that they are irreverent. They don't worship their politicians and celebrities like a lot of Americans do. In fact, they take the piss out of the politicians all the time, even politicians from parties that they follow. You're not going to find a lot of Aussies who really hero worship politicians over here. When it comes to politics, you're not going to find those crazy fan bases. Yeah, you'll find people on both extremes of the spectrum, but there aren't nearly as many of them, and you're not going to find that many Aussies who actually hero worship politicians here. Same thing with celebrities. Aussies do get proud when there are Aussie celebrities out there. Actors like Margot Robbie and the Hemsworth brothers are really popular Australian sports athletes, but they're not so much hero worshipping them. It's more that they're proud of the fact that an Aussie has made it. It's very tough for Australians to break into international media and international sports and international music. So when Aussie celebrities and athletes make it overseas, they're proud of them because it's more like it puts Australia back on the map. They're not hero worshipping them. They're more just proud of the fact that they're representing their home country somewhere. Number 3, and this is...
Nah, I absolutely love that. And I feel like politics, why would anyone want to hero worship politicians? Why do we do that in America? We will like go on a hill and die for our politicians, and the politicians don't care nothing about you. They don't care nothing about you. Yet we will die on a hill if somebody talks about your favorite politician. I won't, but most Americans, I won't. A lot of Americans will, and I don't understand. Now, celebrities, I probably am guilty of celebrity worshiping. Because if you talk about my favorite celebrities, then we got a problem. Like if you come at me and say J. Cole music is trash, and we got a problem. You come at me and say Zendaya's not a great actress, we got a problem. So she's not lying about that. Okay, so I'm guilty of that. I need to fix it.
Just proud of the fact that they're representing their home country somewhere. Number 3, and this is probably what got me and one of the biggest reasons why I married Mark, Aussies have an amazing sense of humor. I have not spent a single day since I met Mark where I was not laughing. Aussies have a great sense of humor. They can make a joke. They're sarcastic, they're dry, they're witty. They're funny people to be around. And if you're not laughing when you're in a conversation with an Aussie, check your humor meter-ometer thing because it's probably broken. Ties in with their laid-back attitude and their irreverence. They don't take themselves seriously. They're not going to take it seriously if they make jokes about you, about themselves. They take the piss out of everybody here. So be prepared if you're meeting an Aussie and they get comfortable with you, they're probably going to crack a couple jokes about you. That. It's not meant to be offensive. It's really just taking the piss. It's kind of a way of Aussies showing that they're actually friends with you, as if they make fun of you a little bit. So yeah, Aussies have a great sense of humor. They're always cracking jokes. They don't take things seriously. That's just one of the things that I love about Australians. And number 4 is that Australia.
That's definitely the same within my friend group. Like she said, once you get comfortable with somebody, it's because I feel like once that comfort's there, then you can joke around and you can talk about your friend and they know that you're joking. They know that you're just being funny. They know that you're not serious. And so, but you have to build that comfort first. And the more you talk about your friend, the more you diss your friend, and then it's like the closer that you are. That's how it is in my friend group for sure. It's like the closer that you are. So I definitely understand what she's talking about with that one.
Seriously, that's just one of the things that I love about Australians. And number 4 is that Australians are diverse. It's not the white, blonde hair, blue eyes stereotypes that a lot of people think of maybe back from like the 1950s and 60s. Australia's become such a diverse country, especially in the 21st century. And that's part of the beauty of Australia is if you come to Australia as an immigrant, as long as you embrace Australian values and culture and try to assimilate and appreciate what Australia has to offer, Aussies will, for the most part, welcome you with open arms here. I still celebrate my American holidays. I still celebrate the 4th of July and Thanksgiving, and I think of Memorial Day and whatnot. I still celebrate Halloween a little bit, and it's becoming slightly more of a thing in Australia. It's still considered a typically American holiday, even though its roots are actually based in Europe. But I still celebrate my American culture here, and I'm still embraced by Aussies because I also celebrate Australian culture coming over here. Aussies understand that people aren't just going to give up their entire old culture when they move over here, and as long as you embrace Aussie culture, try to assimilate and just respect Australian traditions and values, you're going to be welcomed with open arms by Aussies. People sort of stick their nose up at diversity these days, but I think a lot of that comes down to people who aren't willing to assimilate, who come here and expect it to be the exact same as their home country and don't respect the Australian traditions and cultures and values over here. As long as you respect those, Aussies will welcome you. If you come to Australia and expect it to be exactly like your home country, that's incredibly disrespectful to not embrace this new culture. So if that's the case, don't bother coming over. But Australia is diverse, and Australians are proud to be diverse for the most part. What's frustrating is people who come over and expect it to be the same as their old country or undermine the values that Aussies have.
Makes no sense.
The next one is that Aussies aren't.
My thing is, why would you go somewhere else and expect it to be like your home country? What's the point of going somewhere? Just stay home. If you want things to be like your home country, just stay in your home country. There's no, if you're going to go somewhere else, then why wouldn't you want to learn about the culture? Why wouldn't you want to embrace the culture and see everything that it's about, the traditions and everything? If you don't want to do that, I'm not saying that's bad. I'm saying stay home. That's all I'm saying. All right, keep going, Kaitlyn. I'm not bad. Keep
old country or undermine the values that Aussies have. The next one is that Aussies aren't materialistic. They really do appreciate the simple things. I know so few Aussies who care about designer labels and spending the most money at Christmas and spoiling their kids rotten with toys around the holidays and birthdays. I feel like Aussies seem to appreciate experiences more than they appreciate things here. I think that's one of the reasons why camping is such a popular hobby over here. A lot of people go on holiday and spend long weekends going camping instead of flying out to resorts or going to the beach and spending an entire weekend in a hotel. Aussies here are so much more simple, and I don't mean that in a negative way at all. They just appreciate the simple things. They appreciate time more than money. Appreciate making memories instead of bringing home souvenirs. Aussies know how to appreciate the simple things in life, and that's one of the things that I've learned and adopted since coming over here, is just learning to appreciate the smaller, simpler things. Overall, Aussies are less materialistic, and that's one of the things I love about Australians. Now, Aussies are...
I really like that point, and I really love that about Australians. I feel like that's also an area I need to work at myself. Is just learning to appreciate the simpler things, not always striving to make the most money, not always just striving to have the most expensive stuff. Learn to appreciate your time and just enjoy it. Now, don't get me wrong, I am a happy person most of the time, but sometimes I do think I get caught up in trying to make the most money and trying, you know what I'm saying? I do get in that mindset a lot. But I like Aussies for that. Know what I'm saying? You only get one life. So why spend it stressing about being the richest person, wearing the fanciest clothes, having the best cars, having the biggest house? No point. Spend it enjoying it. I love it.
Materialistic, and that's one of the things I love about Australians. Now, Aussies are tough. I mean, they are resilient. They can be stubborn. They are fighters, they're go-getters, they're adventurers, they're survivors. Aussies just have this tough, bunker down and get her done attitude that I so appreciate. Don't whinge, they don't like whinging. They don't like being around people who are complaining. It's either do something about it or stop complaining. Aussies are fighters at heart. They don't give up. They don't just roll over when something bad happens. They try to find a solution. They try to find a way out of it. They'll go to their mates. They'll go to neighbors or something if they need help. Aussies don't just roll over and give up. They're not soft. They're really tough people at heart. And given how new the country of Australia is, how a lot of people came over either on convict ships or as free people, however they came over, they started from the ground up building these cities, building these towns over here. And obviously, Aboriginals, Torres Strait Islanders, they lived here for tens of thousands of years before Europeans even came over to Australia. There is this tough, resilient nature in Australians that is so admirable. And one of the things I absolutely love about Australians. This one's pretty well known, but Australians are also very sporty.
I love that one because if there's one thing that I cannot stand, that annoys me to no end, it is people who constantly complain about things. Stop complaining. Either fix it or stop doing it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to hear you complain. Like, I cannot stand here. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, if you need a vent every once in a while, understandable, you can talk to me. But if you're complaining about something every time I see you, it's like, stop. For the love of everything holy, please stop. At least stop complaining to me. I don't want to be around someone who constantly complains because that stuff is contagious. That stuff is annoying. When someone's always complaining, it just puts me like in a bad mood because now I'm like, here we go again. It's like, do something about it. If you're not gonna do something about it, then shut up complaining about it. Simple as that.
I absolutely love about Australians. This one's pretty well known, but Australians are also very sporty. They love sports. They follow teams. They follow athletes. They watch the Olympics when it comes up. Whatever your sport is, whether it's footy, whether it's swimming, or MotoGP, whatever it is, Aussies love their sports. They sign their kids up at a young age for it. People will join footy clubs and cricket clubs and soccer clubs. Not only do Aussies appreciate the outdoors and being outdoors and being active, but they appreciate sports in general. They appreciate the camaraderie that comes behind it. They appreciate the competition, the competitiveness in it. Australia is such a sports-loving country, and when you're around people with that energy, that attitude, even if you're talking about sport where you have no idea what's going on, it is so exciting to see. Feel the energy, you feel the excitement, and even though I know a little bit about NRL, I've never seen an AFL game, I know next to nothing about cricket. It is so exciting being around Aussies who are, because the energy that radiates off them is absolutely infectious and so so many Aussies are more than happy to sit down with you and try to explain the sport to you if you have no idea what's going on. I love just how sporty Aussies are. On top of that, Aussies are friendly.
Nah, shout out, because Aussie sports are incredibly dope. I know they have an incredible cricket team. I love watching the AFL games. I think the AFL is an incredible sport. And I love getting to watch the highlights over here. I just got into it. I feel like recently, like the end of last year is when I really, and man, AFL is special, but it's fun. It's fun. Shout out Aussies. You guys are incredible. They have some top tier athletes too.
I love just how sporty Aussies are. On top of that, Aussies are friendly. They're very friendly people. They are the masters of small talk with a stranger, whether you're waiting for a drink at the pub, whether you're waiting at the bus stop for a bus, they have no problem having a little bit of a chit chat with somebody they barely know. Even some more introverted Aussies are pretty quick to engage in small talk with a stranger. On top of that, they're very friendly and helpful people. I don't think I will ever forget when I was in Perth, a couple days in Australia. I had money, I had coins, and of course, these coins are new to me. I had no idea that gold was $1 and $2, that change was silver yet. I am brand new to this country, and I'm trying to buy a bottle of water in a little shop. And I pull out a handful of coins, I'm looking at it, I'm looking at the numbers, trying to figure out what coins are what. The cashier looks over and is like, "Love, it's the 2 little gold ones right there." Okay, that's all I needed to know. $2. And I will never forget that. Aussies are just friendly. They're willing to help out. They're not going to sit there and make fun of you. They're not going to make you feel like an idiot. Aussies will welcome you with open arms. They will have no problem talking to you, learning more about you, trying to tell you a little bit more about them, especially if they've had a few drinks. Aussies just have this friendly, warm, outgoing nature, and that's one of the things I absolutely love about Australians. Along with that, Aussies are...
I love that. No one said friendliness is huge. The fact that they're so willing to help, that they're so willing to engage in small talk with strangers. That could just make someone else's day. That could make... so shout out Aussies. Just incredible people is what you are.
And that's one of the things I absolutely love about Australians. Along with that, Aussies are loyal. Once you make friends with an Aussie, you have a friend for life. Aussies are so quick to help out friends in need as well. I remember when Mark had his surgery, and he had surgery on both arms. He was struggling a lot, but he needed to move and called up a few mates, and suddenly they were helping him move his entire house basically around the corner. Aussies pitch in. They will help out somebody in need without question, without hesitation. Like I said, once you make friends with an Aussie, you guys are friends for life. And on top of that, it extends to people's partners as well. I know if, God forbid, anything ever happened to my partner, his friends would be there to help out in a second. I would have no problem reaching out to his friends or family for help, even though he was really the one who was friends with them. That's just the Aussie ways, the Aussie nature of things, to be loyal, to help out. And same thing goes with them and their partners. If their partners needed help and it was something I could do, you pitch in, you do what you can, you help out. Aussies are just loyal in that sense, and it's one of the things I so appreciate, because I know so many Americans who it's not necessarily that way at all. They might be loyal friends, but it's also a bit of a tit for tat situation. If I do something for you, are you going to do something for me down the line? If I do this favor for you, am I going to be able to call in a favor later on? It's not that way with Aussies. With them, it's really just a matter of, if you need something, we'll help you out, we'll get it done. Obviously, people don't want to be taken advantage of, and they will remember that. And once you lose an Aussie's friendship, that's it, you're done. You're never getting it again. But Aussies are a loyal bunch, and it's one of the things I truly appreciate about Australians. And number 10.
I think loyalty is the number one quality that you can find in a person. Whether it's a friendship, whether it's a relationship, like, loyalty is definitely the biggest thing to me. And a lot of Americans are tit for tat. I completely agree with that. Like, I don't know. It's just the mindset. I know for my group of friends, my small group of friends personally, like, we do anything for it. If one of us called and asked for anything, we definitely be there to help out without thinking twice about it. But a lot of Americans are definitely tit for tat. Hey, I done you favors, can you do me? If I do this for you, will you do this for me? And it's like, That's not what friendship is about. Friendship is doing something for right. It's helping your friends out. If they're really your friend, you help your friends out with this without expecting anything in return. You do it because they're one of your friends.
Bunch, and it's one of the things I truly appreciate about Australians. And number 10 is they're very casual. They are such casual, tying into the first one, laid back and easygoing people. But I mean casual completely. I'm probably going to get comments on this video with somebody saying that I probably shouldn't be wearing red lipstick and I'm wearing too much makeup and I'm wearing too much jewelry. But I feel like a lot of Aussies are like that in general. It's more of a less is more attitude when it comes to how you look. You don't need to be dressed up all the time. You don't need to wear heels and dresses going into an office. Maybe in certain professions you do, but I work with people who come in jeans and Converse and absolutely no makeup. I've just gotten to the point, like I've gone into the office maybe 7-8 times since I started working there, and I've only just gotten to the point where I feel comfortable going into the CBD without makeup. That was something I would have never done back in the States. You're expected to look a certain way, to present yourself a certain way, whereas here, people expect you to be casual. If you're too covered in makeup, if you're too professional and uptight looking, it seems like that's when people aren't going to take you seriously here. A lot of Aussies want you to be relatable. They want to relate to you. They don't want to feel like you're too uptight or stuck up. Australians are very casual. I mean, we're talking about a country where people can go into the servo without even wearing thongs. So
that's wild.
Very casual, laid back place. Aussies take that very casual approach too. It's one thing if you look like an absolute slob, but I mean, if you're just wearing jeans and a singlet, people aren't really going to care unless you're like walking into a wedding or something. Average everyday life, you're not expected to go above and beyond. You're not expected to wear makeup every day. You're not expected to wear heels in an office. These have this very casual look about them, and it's something I so greatly appreciate because I feel like it's so much more relatable, it's so much more realistic, it's so much more down to earth. And it seems like people aren't trying to hide their flaws as much here. If anything, they're just trying to embrace whatever natural beauty and assets they have. So that's it for this video, you guys. 10 things I absolutely love about Australians. Did anything on this list surprise you? Is there anything to this list that you would add? Let me know in the comments down below. If you guys like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. It really, really does help support me and help support this channel. I really appreciate your support, you guys. I will see you in my next video. Bye.
I feel on that about trying to hide the flaws and everything. Like, I feel like Americans are casual for the most part, and we'll just walk around in like sweats or, you know what I'm saying, sweater, like out this hoodie and stuff. Like, this is what I walk around with on a daily basis if I'm going anywhere. But I feel like, you know what I'm saying, like through social media and stuff, we like, Americans, I can only speak for Americans, I don't know about other countries. Oh, we love our filters. It's like, it's no disrespect to the ladies, but especially the ladies. Oh my, there's almost no unfiltered pictures anymore. Like, to try to make yourself look better, hide flaws or anything. Just filter provides better lighting. And so, but that's all we got. You guys got a favorite video suggestion? You can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. I got social media, Patreon all up top. You can subscribe to any of that. Put all the links in the description. All you gotta do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me. Love talking to you guys. You guys are the most incredible team on YouTube. It's your boy Neal. Out.